Before he had a name that carried weight, before elders leaned forward when he entered a room, before the sky learned to pause when he inhaled, there was breath. Not breath as air, breath as attention. He was young enough that the world still corrected him gently. Stones moved under his feet without malice. Wind brushed past him instead of testing him. The village had not yet decided what he would cost. Rain fell that evening without urgency, the kind of rain that listens as it lands. He stopped walking because the air stopped behaving. It thickened, not with danger, but with expectation.
Why does it feel like something is waiting?
Because some things recognize us before we recognize ourselves.
Lightning did not strike, it hesitated, and in that hesitation something settled into the boy's chest. Not fire, not force, but rhythm, a slow drumbeat that did not belong to his body. He breathed in, the breath stayed. That was the first mistake, believing what entered him had arrived to serve. The elders argued without raising their voices. They never raised voices when they were afraid.
He felt it early.
No, we noticed late.
The diviner sat apart, bones resting in her palms, eyes clouded not with age but with distance.
He is not being chosen. He is being remembered.
The word unsettled them. Memory implied obligation. The grandmother stood when they circled back to safety and delay.
If you wait, the storm will practice without instruction.
Silence answered her. The boy was outside, barefoot, learning what no one had taught him yet. How to stand without bracing, how to breathe without pulling, how to listen without asking questions. The air shifted when he did. The elders thought caution was protection. Caution is only useful when time is neutral. Time was not neutral anymore. Training did not begin with power, it began with consequence.
The road is the first opponent. If you disrespect it, everything else will punish you.
Rooftops burned his soles, stone bruised his bones, wind corrected his arrogance. He fell. He learned to land. He learned to rise without ceremony.
Strength that announces itself is asking to be tested.
Elsewhere, a girl learned a different discipline. She learned how people move when they want to be admired. She watched marketplaces the way others watched skies.
People tell the truth when they think they're being charming.
She learned when to soften a voice, when to sharpen it, when to let silence do the work. She did not know the boy yet, but the river had already shifted its course. The spider arrived laughing.
So this is the quiet one everyone is whispering about.
He told stories that changed depending on who listened. He asked riddles that did not have correct answers, only revealing ones.
Truth doesn't break minds, certainty does.
He taught the boy to step sideways into moments others rushed past, to misplace attention, to survive by letting enemies defeat the version of him they expected.
The world is a web. You don't tear it, you pluck it.
That night, the boy dreamed of chains suspended in cloud, not pulling down, holding something up. The storm did not strike the tallest building. It struck the most neglected. A shrine people passed without greeting. A place stepped over, leaned against, ignored. Lightning split it open. A priest fell, not dead, not alive.
The seat cannot wait. Choose carefully.
The transfer was incomplete, forbidden, and the boy felt it like iron sinking into warm ground. When a living shrine fails, it does not pass power, it fractures responsibility. The elders panicked, the diviner wept, the storm finally acknowledged settled in. They named him Storm Heir, not as praise, as warning. Some bowed, others calculated.
Storms don't rule, they pass.
Unless someone builds a house beneath them.
The river woman met him during a healing rite gone wrong. She steadied his hands without asking permission.
Stop fighting it, let it move.
The lightning obeyed her voice before it obeyed his will. That was when the storm learned something dangerous. It could be redirected. They reached a crossroads shrine no one tended anymore. Offerings were stale, paths confused. The gatekeeper waited patiently.
You arrived without greeting.
The ground shifted, not physically but socially. Power drained, confidence thinned.
Everyone wants passage, few want relationship.
The boy knelt, not in fear, in recognition.
I don't know what I owe.
Good. That means you haven't decided to cheat yet.
The first knot of the chain was revealed, not forged by gods, by agreements no one remembered signing. To see the rest, the boy had to leave the road. for one night. His body lay guarded, his breath slowed until it forgot his name. He walked upward, not flying, walking. Oren was not light, it was structure. He saw the chains clearly then, binding storms, binding authority, binding who was allowed to rule and who was trained to endure. He saw himself, unrestrained, efficient, alone.
They will fear you properly if you stop caring.
Power always offers clarity first, and clarity is seductive. In the living world, the river woman did not sleep. She anchored him with voice, with memory, with refusal.
Come back, I'm not finished arguing with you.
The spider misdirected attackers with stories that contradicted themselves. The Iron Mentor stood like consequence. The chain trembled, the storm hesitated, and the boy returned with a scar that did not fade. He woke knowing three things. The chain was not broken, the elders were not ready, and the storm was not the enemy. This is not the story of a man becoming a god. It is the story of a world that mistook power for ownership, of agreements made quietly and enforced loudly, of breath that listens, of storms that learn, and of a hero who will not merely break the chain, but ask who benefits from keeping it.